1969 Fender Telecaster and a 78 Fender Telecaster. And it's kind of interesting, really, especially on the Telecaster model, there's not a whole lot of deviation from the original design. Even when they came out with it in 1949, it's the same guitar from 49 through 69 through 78. I mean, it was just...
And yet the other one, they cost massively different prices.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
What would be the difference in these two?
Okay, like say this guitar here is priced at $7,500. This guitar is priced at $2,700.
So it's a big difference in the price.
Yeah, and really not that much years difference in between them, and it's essentially the same guitar.
What about playing them? I mean, what's the difference in playing them? Is there a difference?
They're both good. They're both really good. A lot of people have a knock against 70s product like Fender and Gibson product, but it's a myth. It's good product. I mean,
the collectability is not as high, but the quality of the
yeah, 60s are worth more than 70s.
Right.
50s are worth more than 60s.
Yeah.
You know, and same thing. It's pretty easy.
Here's one of my favorite guitars, the Epiphone Dot. Is that the Dot, right?
Yeah, that's a modern guitar, and it's a sort of a remake of a .NET ES335 Gibson.
The reason I say it's one of my favorites is they're relatively inexpensive.
They're inexpensive, and it's a good playing guitar. I mean, it really is. I mean, you can take that guitar and do well with it. It's well made. It's solid. Intonates well. Intonation, up and down the neck is the main thing. A lot of these inexpensive guitars won't intonate, and that's because they don't lay the fretboard out right. Space those frets just right. There's real science to that. And I mean, just a centimeter here or there, and a guitar won't play in tune.
Now, what's the little Martin there?
Oh, that is a tenor guitar. That is about a 1951 017T. T standing for tenor being 4 strings, and which is basically, in a nutshell, an oversized ukulele.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean they were real popular then. And
Do you tune them the same way as a ukulele?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you tune the 2 strings in the middle are the same, and
Yeah,
I
you can
forget
do
what
that.
exactly the notes are.
But now a lot of people tuned it just like the top side of a guitar, like the E, B, G, and D, and played it that way too. They're not very popular now. I mean, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, even early 60s, tenor guitars were still used, but not much now.
So what do you sell that guitar for?
Yeah, that's probably a $1,200 guitar. I mean, because it's a Martin, and it's original, and it's clean, and it's just not. It's a smaller market.
Right.
Yeah. You don't have as many people wanting tenor guitars and stuff like that. Everybody, or they don't even know what it is now.
What's the Fender over there with the headstock? I'm curious.
This?
Yeah.
That's a mid-60s acoustic. That's one of the first ventures by Fender into the acoustic field, and not a bad guitar. I mean, it's sort of a half-hearted effort at making acoustic guitars with the necks bolted on. I mean,
It's like some people who had a lot of expertise in making electric guitars decided to make an acoustic one.
Yeah, I mean, they just wanted to get into the market, and I don't think Leo Fender had any aspirations of getting in the acoustic market, but when he sold out in '65 to CBS, they realized there was a lot of money in the acoustic guitar market, and of course Fender had a great name, and they actually did well with these. They sold a lot of these guitars.
Well, yeah, one of the things that I've talked to people over time is that the Fender acoustics don't have a lot of love in the world. People aren't usually real thrilled. You don't find a lot of people.
No, and now the Fender acoustics, they don't really have anything to do with Fender. They're made in China or whatever. They put a Fender name on them.
And they own Guild now, so.
And they own Guild. So Guild's sort of their premier line, of acoustics. And Guild's, of course, fine guitars.